Big day for XRP taking over Las Vegas at the same time as the Bitcoin conference. And we see the following from Ray Fuentes. He says Bitcoin conference is underway, but the real action is happening outside with XRP. Look at that sign, that beautiful XRP sign there. He goes on to say, watching Ripple take over Las Vegas makes one thing clear. The tides are shifting. XRP Las Vegas 26 is shaping up to be a monumental moment. And this is the deal we want, crypto in general to be successful, but it sure feels like the momentum is building for us here. The perfect moment. And this is the reason why right here. We see this from Charles Schwab from their YouTube channel, this clip. Unfortunately, Clarity hasn't made much progress with the Clarity Act. But Charles Schwab really lays out two possibilities here as we go forward. Number one, Clarity Act gets passed and altcoins like XRP go vertical. That's the option I choose. Which option are you choosing here? But we have pathway 2 we can take if we want violence. Clarity Act gets punted to 2030 and we all basically die. And that could happen. They've been messing around here. Now you have to worry about confirming the Fed chair. That's going to take precedence over crypto. We have a war going on. You have a lot of things going on. We threw ourselves in the meat grinder here. This thing should have already been done, but we have to get it done now. I think it does happen. I think it happens next month. We got to get this thing across the finish line. And if we do, it's going to be so important specifically for assets like XRP, these altcoin assets that are used to be a tool to redefine finance, payments, RWAs. You need clarity for that because you're asking these banks, these institutions to rewire their whole systems, and they have to know they are compliant for the long term. Get this thing across the finish line. And I agree with what they were saying on the Charles Schwab network that you're going to see finally a big altcoin run, XRP and coins like it going vertical. This is what we've been waiting for. This is the moment of truth. Does it happen or does it not? Brad Garlinghouse saying the following: 100% all roads lead back to Ripple's North Star XRP. People will argue. I'm telling you right here. I don't care how many RLUSDs they launch or custody services or RWA, systems. It doesn't matter. XRP will define the value of this company. Ripple, the enterprise, long-term. XRP will be the bulk of what that corporation is worth long-term. Make no mistake. All that XRP they hold, it should trade just like you see with MicroStrategies. They should trade at a premium, and they don't have all that debt bogging them down. They could use XRP productively to cash flow out the entity. It's a big deal. XRP is their North Star, and it will be their defining value as they go forward. And they have a lot of big businesses. Make no mistake. One of them, we're hearing here from Monica Long saying Ripple custody has been on a tear lately the past few months. Digital asset custody is foundation for any enterprise moving into blockchain. So this is great. All these businesses are about how do you get people onto blockchain, and many of them using the XRP ledger. She goes on to say Ripple custody, you get flexible deployment, integration across payments, tokenization, and staking. So all the different use cases. And this is the other thing, whether you're doing tokenized assets, some sort of stablecoin, there's a payment involved somewhere in all of this stuff within crypto. And again, that's where XRP Ledger excels. And it's the original RWA, blockchain. They're not doing this because it's popular, because all of a sudden there's demand and they've woken up. It has been built for this purpose since day one. Stronger controls, simple workflows. You have to have that for enterprise users. These capabilities are clearly resonating with new global customers like KBank and KL Life. Those big, it's a hotbed there in Korea of institutions adopting this technology, all joining BBVA. So this is a big deal here. We see Evernorth saying the following: U.S. Treasuries and the XRP Ledger 12 months ago, 50 million. Today, 418 million. Some people look at that and say, hey, that's not a big number. 418 million. It doesn't make you a top chain. And they're right, but it's about the growth. What do you see there? 8x in a single year. 8x growth. When we look at SpaceX getting ready to IPO here shortly, what's the big deal here? They make $25 billion a year. That doesn't make them a multi-trillion-dollar company, but it'll be the biggest IPO in history. The stock will probably cruise upwards of $2 trillion because of growth potential. It's all about growth, and that's what we're seeing here. We're seeing massive growth. A year from now, it's going to be many magnitudes higher than 418 million, and we're going to keep up. We're actually going to pick up the pace in my opinion here. Great quote here posted by Krippenreuter from Bob Way, very famous one. He says, I don't know any upper bounds of XRP price should the network as a whole become successful. Is it going to be used? That's the thing, because I don't care what you're using the ledger for. Value is going to flow into XRP, whether you're sending payments with XRP itself, using RLUSD, you're using it like an ETF to invest in it, whether you're using it for RWAs. If you are adopting this technology in a significant way, you're going to see XRP price soar. Recognize what he's not saying. He's not saying secret agreements, pegging it to gold. No, we just have to make sure this is a useful tool. And if we do, XRP is going to do quite well. Link down below is a link to my newsletter, The Frontier by Jungle Link. Today we had a great article talking about AI, the machines that make the chips. Really interesting. Most people don't know that sector. Make sure you check that out. Link down below if you like those types of topics. Sign up for it. You get daily analysis on all sorts of interesting stuff, from AI to space to investing into the future. I think you'll really enjoy it. Link down below and in the pinned comment, The Frontier by Jungle Lake. We see this, Tether, with the following announcement. The Bitcoin faucet is live. We want to help everyone experience self-custody Bitcoin, claiming your sats for free. Now understand this. This Tether wallet, I saw some screenshots. Let's say people are getting like 10 cents worth of Bitcoin. It's not a major deal, but what's interesting, they're moving into not just the stablecoin, but their own application. And this may be popular because you see a lot of places where Tether is an area people like to hold their value, use their value, make payments. And so now they want to get into actually controlling the application layer. I think Ripple does the same someday because it just makes too much sense. You're going to onboard so many people. They're going to use the technology. They're going to understand it. Your stable coin is world class. Look for Ripple to do the same here. But a big move by Tether, the biggest stable coin there is. They're saying, yeah, we make billions of dollars a quarter. We also want to own the application layer. We'll see. Should be a pretty popular app. I have not downloaded it yet. Jack Dorsey saying over 800,000 merchants in the U.S. now accepting Bitcoin. A new business is adopting Bitcoin every 8 seconds. Just wait till you get really usable crypto systems and they go mainstream. It's going to be even faster growth than that. When you're using RLUSD, when you're using XRP, other assets in the ledger, that's going to be a game changer. Wait till you see the adoption rate of that technology. It's going to be wild. Lastly, Michael Saylor comparing himself to Satoshi, saying, look, Satoshi made digital money. I'm making digital credit. But the problem is this. There's nothing digital about his strategy. Let's say that. He borrows money and then he pays other people out of that borrowed money. That's not a strategy. That's a grift. It ain't going to last forever. It was really a depressing keynote speech, in my opinion, for the Bitcoin conference. It wasn't about Bitcoin. It was about Michael Saylor trying to drum up investment capital so he could pay his previous investors. That ain't what Bitcoin's about. He can stop it with that. Digital credit, nothing, in my opinion, that eventually folds. Down below, strategy, The Frontier by Jungle Link, premier investing newsletter. Check it out, sign up for it, and let me know what you think down below. As always, please like, please subscribe. The revolution will be televised right here on Jungle Link.